Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ayar. On this video I'm gonna continue where I left it. At the first video I create a WSDl, then I move on WSDl to my application, but I brought a little bit changes. Instead of using the direct connection to the soap replay, I want to use route to label node. So that way we learn how to use also the route to label node. So I use the soap, then it would come to my compute node. We will create a logic like how should we manipulate the data. Then we will forward it if everything is right to the label, route to label. You see route to label, then it will come to the right label. It will soap replay would be created from. But if the exception create, we will create two-way exception. We will create also through compute node, and also we will create a Java node. So if we had a time, same thing, whatever we created right here, we also would create it in Java. So like instead you just doing code is a compute node, we will use the Java compute node. Same thing whatever we done. And also we at the end we're gonna create a lot of procedure. Like procedure, I will use the external procedure where I create a Java code to log my all activity. So this would be like a complete application from a 0 to n. So at beginning we do the from a basic. Once we create our code, then we will move it to the function, we will move it, or we will add a different logic to it. So you see the route, you could come right here, it's a route to label. There's a route to label. I name it player info 1 because it would come to player info. And there's a compute exception that will come to compute exception. The Java compute exception that will come to Java compute exception. The route is those is the label. Those three is a label. This one is only route. So let's go to the first one. And one more thing, I want to bring my SQL again. This is the my SQL query I created. Like I have player ID, name, database, nationality, background check, and just check right here. Just this one I want to show you. Right here I use the enum enumeration as a pending, approval, reject. This three value will be acceptable. We don't want it other. So we must add this one right here on our application when we send it. Otherwise this will cause issue. And also if you check my database, we have a 1 2 3 4 player right now. So the logic is basic. First we check, let's say I want to send this data and create this logic from it. Like if it's approved, it's not approved, it's good, not good, like those one. So let's start it so you will see it. We will come to the compute node. I'm sure you guys know up to this point how to create it. First we wanna create the input. So like declare input. I will player info. I will name it because this information is clear, and reference to input is coming from the input route. This time because we use the WSDl right here, I'm sure because when you create a WSDl you just attach it. The WSDl I create, I reference it to my application. It come right here, my WSDl. Then I add it from right here. If you don't wanna add it this way, you could browse it and import it from anywhere. You see, I import in the second one. I just add everything. So if you want to import it where you have a WSDl, you just browse it where you just select location where it is. Let's say I have the download WSDl. I want to pick and use that one, just say open and go ahead and use it. If you don't want to do that, just create one. If you have it right here, just add it to either library, or just like the way you create it from the master set, add the reference. If you check my application on a property, property reference, we see I have a master set WSDl. I reference that one. That's why all the master set come to my app, because I reference it. Then I from right here just pick it, browse it, it come, I pick it up. Everything is get dive. And also if you go to HTTP, they give you the URL, you put it out the endpoint, it will come to this. And if you come downstairs all the way, they say input messages is already they pick for us the soap, because we will use the soap body. And let's open it and use that. And because this time is not XML, if you remember, this time our domain is soap, is a soap based message. We say body, we don't want to say envelope, we could we directly go to the body. See, if you this WSDl will create it, then right here I import it. It just says say where it is located. Mine was located on a download file. Then I pick it up and this one would create it for you. So what I do is say I reference it already body, and this, you see this namespace it has, you don't need to add that one. It says soap.body. After body you need to add exactly what is right here, like namespace plus your label of tag label name. Let's say, then after names body we gave them that, because up to that point I want to do reference it. So now I have all information will be referenced. This is my correlation name, all the because I reference it to this location. After this location, all the three will be added to my this correlation name. So, and also I want to create the what do you call my let me, because it is a good idea always write out the comment. What I will say extract or create anything you say player is a good practice. You always explain what is that for, like what is this code is. Like you just give like I extract the player information, all the information will be right here. Then I want to create my output. What I will do, I say create, I want to make it simple, just again it would be up to this point, but because this is the response, I said create, we say output, because so body is similar to everything, only our message tree is different. Then we take same thing or you just type it up to this point. But let's find out what is the response. The response is we have a player info. When you say body, then player info. You could also create mock, just click and say mock, they create it. This is the mock request. So you say player info response, you take everything up to your namespace plus namespace, because I want to reference it up to this point. After that, all this data would be added to my correlation name, which I'm creating right now. Say declare, you could pick any name. I will pick output because that makes sense for me. Output player player information or something info. Output player information, we reference it whatever to this place. Now we could give a reference because we created now. So honest, what happened? Sometime I give me the hardest because I use the copy and paste, that's why. Now we create that one, we reference it to that point, and we create the again correlation. So whatever message we will create, they will add it to that one, we will send it outside. So right now what I will do first, I will let's say I send the information of one player. Let's say I send this information. Let's say I send this information. I want to check by the player name if this player exists. How is the background? Is approved, pending, or reject, or whatever. If the where I check that one, I check it on a database. Even they give me any see, if there is a rejected, we will reject it. If it's fine, we say okay, it's a clear. It is selected for our team. This player is good, is selected to our team. And also you could check how good he is. A is best, let's say you give a grade. A is best, B, D, C, you put him on a grade. So let's do that. Let's check first if this player exists on our database. If it's not exist, then we will insert it right here. So how we do that? We just come and we use the if condition right now. Always type I and pick which condition you want. You wanna if else, you wanna if only. I just wanna one if condition to check if that exists. I use like if it's not exist, add it. Let's give a space. We will let me right check the player if it is exist. If it exists, if it's not exist, then we're gonna insert it. Let's say always use capital is a good coding practice. For the another thing is you use it name convention. So if it exists, we use this function exists one. Then if the players exist, if players not exist, we'll insert it. If it exists, we will ignore it and move on. Or you could get the information. You create another if else. If it exists, then collect all information from database and take it from there. We use the select statement. If this person exist, then because I'm checking that one on my database, this person exist or not, we use select. I just put anything, one or something is up to you. Now I need to add my database from where it is my database plus my DNS name or DBC name, like database. Database dot my DNS is, let me bring it up, ODBC. If you don't know how to create that one, I already show you, but you see this one I use DNS name. This is my ODBC DNS name plus it is my schema plus my what is my table name. My table name is player background check, but let's copy that one up to schema. I'm gonna add it right here. So player background check, we select everything from player background check. You give as alias, like whatever information come, just give them one alias. I pick D data, you could pick any dot. Then we pick the any, like you want to check this one, you could usually the good idea, because this one is a let me show you. This is the primary key. It is better to check it by primary key, because primary key is not allowed to be duplicated, but this time I want to check by the name. So just okay, call people equal to the name is coming from right here, the player name. Say what is coming, the player name is right here. Make sure you add it with the namespace, but it is a good practice. Instead of you just, because this is coming from outside, it might change, you could use the star, that means any namespace. Let's say if I use this one, if they change it to any namespace, that is fine, because I use star. So to any namespace, player name, then compare to that one. If it's this one, bring me that information, because this is exist, then we will skip it. If it's not, this player is not exist, then we will get it and we will use the insert key, statement. This is the one thing we did a mistake right here, because now it's gone. We will use the insert into table. You could specify implicitly which, like, what data field you want to be entered. Let's say you want to, like, if you want to specify, I want to enter player name, nationality and background check, you could specify it. But I usually say it's good to specify it, but if you want to enter everything on this order, you don't even need to specify that one. Just clean that one and just tab the data you want to specify, all the file. So that's why we want to, like, use the same database. You want to add same table, you want to add same database to, and then because I want to add all the information whatever is on this one, player name, date of birth, nationality, background data and background note. I want to add all those information, or you could add ever. So player name, database, nationality, background. Okay, player. Let me add it and come back, that way I save some time. So I added, all I did that, like, one by one. First I got a data, like, you could, because the way I'm doing it, you don't need to do that way. That way I use, because you will learn how to you only pick the value from it. You could right away you put it directly over there, is fine. If you use field value, you just pick the value from the player name. Let's say the name, whatever name it use, let's say my name Muhammad, they only assign a Muhammad right here. Or you could use it that way, the same thing, they will assign it to right here for you. But just for you, I use those stuff, so you get familiar with those stuff. You might use it somewhere. And also I turned that one as an integer, because you check your database background. The first one is like integer number, that's why you see. And so, and also, okay, I think that's everything. Then once I add it, and also I do not want to add the last node, like the way I explained. If right now it makes sense for you, like implicitly I mentioned this player ID, name, birthday, nationality, background check and check, data check. I do not want to add a note in it. Like my point, I do not want to add, like I want to skip that one. Just null will be signed to it. So that's why whatever I created right here, I pass it. Make sure whatever you pass it right here, you just did ID, name, player, nationality, background check. 6 field I added, and also I mentioned it right here. So let's create, because we could also, let's create, like, we once it came to right here, let's check it with the if condition, the background. How is the background? If its background is fending, not fending, fine, not fine, like we could use it and bring the data there. because we're gonna pull the data to check on the data if the background is pending. We're gonna ignore what is coming from the base message. We will check it on database. If it's pending, we will tell them this is a pending. If it's rejected, we will tell them it's rejected. So let's do that. So let's add one else statement. I want to declare first the raw data type. The raw data type, I will type it raw because that can carry the whole message tree to it. And just come right here. I wanna set, because data would come as a, let's give a namespace to it. We will use same kind of structure right here. Like if that is exists, then if it exists, add me right here because I want to get data. You could even specifically get data type right here, but I want to pull all the information and check it right now with the if condition. How is it? Now I want to use the if condition to see like if there's a pending, not pending, rejected or not. Let's create the if condition. Anytime you could expand it. I usually want to pick the easy one. Then if I want, I keep adding more to it, like if then fl lf and keep adding then else. So that way is easy, but you could do whatever you like. This is my way of coding. And I will say background check. I want to pick the background check from right here. So you could take the background check right here, but because we use that one, that's why I want to pick the background check. So let's copy that one to this point. Data would be right here. Bring the background check status. What is it? Reject, approve. The first one I will say if it's approved. You could use the switch condition. That would be fine for that one. Let's say first I want. If it's approved, then let me create it and add the I want to create like if it's approved, then I will say it's clear. I want to add a message, a simple message. The player is a clear, and you could have it on your team. I say the player is clear, the background is clear, something. Background is clear. So let's say if it's reject, well then let me create another if condition. I call them if we give them condition, and then don't forget, because we use then word if then. Same thing, let's take it up to this point. We add it right here, and we take it to this point, add it to if it's rejected. If it's reject, then we will say reject. Let's add one more. You could add this, the switch condition with the switch. Let's use two more. If we will change it if we don't need it. Pending, approve, reject, and pending. and we use else. The last one is if it is like there's a no background check, they will say no background check. Let's add a message. So background is pending, background is rejected, or no background checked. No. Check. So now we're gonna create, we will add this to a different location. We will create a procedure. We will add it on a procedure, even on a different schema. You will get it from there, and also we will create the activity log. We will use the Java, like step by step we log our activity. So first time we do the simple code, because what is the queue, what is the requirement, then we could add a lot of logic to it, like we could clean up. Usually I call them clean up, like creating procedure function. I will create a function only for this one, add that one over there, and I'll create a procedure for the creating output, so you will see it. So now let's create the output. We will populate the output, so populate it. Populate output failed. What we have it right now, we have make sure you remember whatever we need to create it this way, like body respond. Up to this one we responded. Now we want to come to message. We take same thing right here, and message, because I create that one, I'm gonna add that one to it. Let me repeat that one. Let me bring all this data, then this one is flare. Always a good idea, like with the namespace, when it coming from input, better to use this one, because they might change it. If you want to use it, that's okay. If you know it like 100% that is coming, it's fine, but you never know, after 10 years they might change it, so you don't need to go and change it, rechange it and bring it towards it. Let's make some space. So let me write all of them, whatever it is right here. I want to create this response, that one, that one, that one, and come back. I add all of them. So what is this? Okay, the namespace, because we need to mention this namespace, we need to declare that one. The namespace is on a, we declare it on a all the way at the top. So declare this namespace I have, and one more namespace. Let's check. See, there's another namespace, two namespace I have. I need to declare those. Say declare name, you just said n and you space it, you give them the URL of that one. The MS URL, if you just come to this side. This is the MS URL, you see. We add that one. You could add your own URL to that. Usually it is they're telling you what to add right here. You need to add that one. Let's create one more for the envelope. I'm gonna change that. Make the one first. Okay, this is the namespace, that is the namespace. Now the complaining is gone. Only the database, you ignore this one. What else is? And you ignore that one as well. As about database, we check the background is pending. What is it? And take message. And also on I already add my data source name, DNS name, data source name. Make sure you add your DNS source name, and if you don't know how to link your integration node, I have a video, you could go there, and also I create your DNS name and link it to your integration nodes, so you could watch my video and do that one. So let's check. Right now, let's see our code. If they give us a replay the way it is, then we will add more stuff to this, like logging activity, and check like if this cause exception. So we're gonna log the activity, and even that cause exception we might go from it. So let's deploy that. If that give us any error, then we check. Take some time, I'm gonna stop it. Now it's fine, so let's send a message. So let's send that one and complete it. Okay, so exception. Unable to find label name. What it mean, like if you check right here using let's use that one, database destination router destination label name. We need to mention that one. So that way, because that way they know. The point is, like, we use the route to label node. How this route to label node to send it to this label, we need to mention it. That way this router know, and compute node will forward it to the label node. So that's why the exception causing from right here. Let me use it right here. So we will use the output, same destination. This time you see I put local environment, then that was local environment, because I want to send it out, I'm not getting it. And this is a route to list, you just copy it from there. This how it come, because they're using a soup that's generated by automatically the local environment. And route to list, destination, and label name. Let's use the label name. The good thing is on that, even you forget it, you could just send a message that will be right here and copy and paste it. You don't need to memorize it, but you make sure you know it, where to look for it. This is the label name, we put it on a single quotation. So now they will get this data to output local environment. Once it go out to label through node, then they forward to this label. Let's complete that one and redeploy it. Take some time, I'm gonna stop it. So okay, let's send it once again. I want to just complete it. Okay, now it's complete. If you check right here, you see now it's fine. Say no background check. This guy has a no background check. Whoever the same IR, we will look why is no background check, because it has a background check. So what this costs? Say Moyer approve has a background check. So let's resend the message and check it. Get into, let's go to, I'm sure this gonna cost. Does it product data or yes, this product column 1, say column D here. Let's redeploy. Just I'm just checking, like column 1 they will remove it. I'm going to stop it now. Okay, it's fine. Let's send it and get into check the data record. Okay, now its record is coming. Now they will check. This is a clear, you see, now it's clear. Okay, see, background is clear. What we do right now, we will create a function like to do some work on it, like let's go back to application, because right now is a big mess. Like, who want everything on a one page? It is confusing. Let's create a function for this one. We will only add one function and we will call that one and we'll do the reject, pending, and they will do the stuff for us. And also we will use this one on an environment, so data will be stored there, like we will get it from there. So let's do that. So if you want to use an environment, then we don't need to use that one. We just say environment. See, you type E and control space, that would come. So right now, why you use that one? Because we want to store all data right here. I could, let's say, data, I clean up data right here. Then I have another function. Probably I have another compute node or another API to call. So the flow is not finished. Since the flow is not finished, we will not delete the data from an environment. Even we come to exception or Java compute node or go to even to different API and come back, still data will be on an environment. It will not be deleted because I will use it through all my message flow. Once it completed, is finished, but I recommend once the work is finished, delete it. I will show you how to delete it because you're using a cache memory. Even if you delete it, I read it on documentary, even you delete it, still there would be on a cache memory. But it is better to delete it, and also you use it when you need it, but do not use it anytime. So we save that one instead. Right now we do this work, we will create a function. You could create it in a different place. I want to create it right here. I want to do simple function just to return the background. Say create function. Let's do that. So let's name it background check. Check. Could give name, any name to it. Status. Background check status. They give you pending and not pending, those stuff. Or you give them the small name. It's up to background check is enough. And because I want to return character, So I wanna whatever I use it right here, the if condition. Let me probably delete it. Okay, I wanna use it right here. Copy and paste it, because right now we don't have that. We need to also declare that one, and we also need to this one we will take it from environment because we pass it there. Let me add all those one and come back. Okay, this one it's a background check. I want return character. I pass like whatever is approved and pending. I move it to right here, so I could delete that one. Okay, I cut it, and now I'm gonna only call this one. Once I call that one, they give me the result. I'm gonna pass that one to my mapping node. Let's say I wanna declare ground check status. Character, I could pass it directly to, so the result would become. So what I will do also, I will move that one, not to put it right here. I will create another procedure. So to create, let me create another procedure and call them like that. As a function, I want to do some cleanup. This time I want to create a procedure. Just say create. This time we will create procedure. Say this guy. Create procedure, name it anything. Let's say output field. Let's say populate, we call them populate output field. Okay, two things we will pass, because once I call the one, I wanna pass the message I get. This character is the N, and also I wanna create the in and out, because I wanna reference it in or out. My output message, and that would be my this, because I will pass that one, my output player. We could name it right here anything, just say reference because it's a reference type. So I'm not returning anything. And body, on the body I want to create everything was there. Let me copy and paste it right here and come back. I just copy paste from right here, cut everything from right here to clean up and bring it right here. I didn't do anything. And now because of this two message, I need to pass that one and that one, so that will be fine. Let's call this one there. Go up, we will call it now. Just say call, the name of the procedure. Always a good idea to copy and paste, because sometimes when I type, always there would be a mistake. And I passed two things. First was this one, so as my message. See, I pass as a result of my function, and also I want to pass my this part. I will move it even to a different schema. So now you see now how clean is that? Like now we're gonna move that one also to a different function, or to a same function right here. So we create two functions, one procedure, and also we will clean up most of that. I will clean up because I don't need it right here. So let's deploy and check that if there's any mistake. So before we continue, I'm gonna stop. Okay, let's check what is it. Correlation name message is not. Okay, let me check. Correlation name is not there. Non-valid. This group or I need to pass the source name. Okay, let me even pass this name. It work or not? This too, because it's complaining. That's why I will fix that one. Subtable. Now it's fine because we put a, make sure whatever you use it right here. And now this one we're gonna pass that one also, right? Let me add it right here as a in out character. Okay, and we're gonna pass that one as well, and because we're getting data from right here, we're gonna add two more over there. Just I will put this as a n character because okay, now almost everything is fine. Let's no, we'll pass on that one and this one, and this is a reference time, not character. I will go and fix it. Now all the issue is fine. So let's redeploy. I will stop. Okay, now it's all fine. Let's send the message and just say next. Okay, the label, no label. Let's check where is it. Unappropriate reference. Okay, the reference is fine. Okay, let's check. I believe the namespace you don't add it because this is on the top level. You do not add that one. This is not the right thing to do. I mean, everybody do that kind of mistake. It's a coding. You're trying a lot of things till sometime your brain stop working. You wanna try everything. So what that cause mistake? Just let's deploy. Okay, let's send it again. Complete. Okay, now it's fine. So see you on the next video, because that get longer. Other stuff I will add it to it. So see you on the next video.